Wow, wow, we're here. 10:41 a.m. on the Northwest clock. Thursday, June the 25th, 2020. I'll tell you what, folks, I have been deathly sick. If it's not one thing, it's another. Uh, yeah, a few weeks ago, I was diagnosed with diabetes mellitus 2. I went into diabetic shock. I was in ketoacidosis. Um, my electrolytes were really messed up. My sugar level was like 600 plus. My, what is it? ACTC was 13 or whatever. A1C1. A1C1 was 12, 13. I was a walking dead man, literally a walking dead man. And of course, I did it to myself, drinking all of those Dr. Pepper. I'm addicted to Dr. Pepper. It seemed at the time I could not get off of Dr. Pepper. But let me tell you something. When I saw those numbers and I felt like I had one foot in the grave, I decided to quit drinking so many Dr. Peppers per day. I was drinking 12, 13, 14 a day, and it was killing me, literally killing me. And when I saw those numbers, I stopped. I went on a diet, started eating well, started drinking organic fruit juices, all natural, and non GMO foods, eating my veggies, um, eating the right meats, broiled, boiled, and sometimes even fried, depending on my numbers. I've brought my numbers back down to like 154, 172. Now I'm worried about them being too low, so I'm having to drink a Dr. Pepper every now and then to kick the numbers back up, or some sugar. I hope none of you have diabetes. I hope none of you get diabetes, and I hope none of you have to suffer through what I did for months and months and months on end, not knowing what was wrong. Even in the back of my head, yes, I did kind of know what was wrong, but I was in denial. It's so good to see you all here today and to be here with you today. Um, we have a wonderful, wonderful broadcast coming up tonight on caregivers. If you've ever been a caregiver or had a caregiver working for you or with a family member, or you support caregivers, I want you to be there. I'm going to try to write this in the comment section. Um, the show Here you go. So we're having a great show tonight on caregivers. And, you know, at some point in time, most of you will experience an encounter with a caregiver, whether with a loved one or with yourself or a friend or a coworker. And we're also going to talk a little bit about advocacy tonight. We're going to explore this realm of advocacy, being a patient advocate, and what that means and how this is being received in the hospitals and emergency rooms and on the floors at many hospitals. It's not being received very well. There's still a lot of animosity toward advocates, depending on how you act, how you carry yourself, and the knowledge you have and the experience you have in medicine, and the knowledge you have of your client or patient. Uh, The show is going very well. I'm very pleased. I'd like to have more live listeners. We would love to have more live listeners. We've had about 198,000 people go through the archive doors over the last few years, but I would love to have more live listeners. We're also looking for folks to be on the roundtable at night and come in with us. We could use some more female voices out there. We've got Sandra who participates in the roundtable. We love her very much. We've got Rusty Bryan on the roundtable. We've got John Son out there on the roundtable, one of our regular members, a brother from another mother. We've got John LaCrone, my co-host and vice president of Alternative Public Radio International. And now we have my sweetheart of 23 years and my caregiver, Marion Pound, doing a lot of shows with us, starting last night before last. So we got a great show. We've got a lot of information, a lot of education, a lot of teaching, a lot of training, a lot of uplifting, a lot of empowering going on over there. Some of the best information that you can glean on alternative radio anywhere. We need to find a way to get this show out there more. We need to find a way to break through this gate that Google has put up to try to stop all of us, try to censor all of us in our ability to get the information out there, get the truth. As I say, well, truth is kind of subjective. Much of it is based on perspective, but our truth out there through our research and our study and our reading and all the work that we do vetting these posts and vetting these stories from around the world. But you all really do need to turn in. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughter. We are triple R rated. A lot of you can't take that. Triggers a lot of people. We trigger a lot of people. I trigger a lot of people. I'm the shock jock over there. And my job is to make it very difficult on guests and ask the very hard and difficult questions. We had a guest hang up last night because I critiqued his commentary and his story and asked him some very difficult questions, and he just hung up. And a lot of people are going to do that when they're asked the hard questions. Most people want you to just agree with them and go on. And that's the way it is in life, too. People want you to agree with them. They want you to be like they are, think like they think, do what they do. But I'm not like that. I like to ask the difficult questions, the hard questions, as we say, when we talk about consciousness and self and the I and the me and the being and existence and those types of things. And lately we've started talking about a lot of metaphysical issues, subjects, a lot of esoteric occult knowledge, uh, and a lot of other very interesting subjects concerning science and technology. Some of the latest science and technology is just mind blowing. It's beyond mind blowing, to tell you the truth. Um, but I'm excited about it, and I'm a little bit afraid of it, a little bit terrified at times of what's out there. We're talking about 5G now and how it's having this great effect along with Wi-Fi and all of these other adjunct adjacent equipment that children are using to get on the internet and access the social media, how it's hurting them, making them very, very sick um, in all of their extremities, including their abdomen and thoracic area, chest, brain, their neurological system in general, circulatory system also, and how it's making these children very sick, and we're doing absolutely nothing about it. We still talk about organ transplants, illegal organ transplants around the world, especially in China, that are taking place. We still talk about GMOs and chemtrails. We're very fluent on the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the United Nations, and of course the cabal, the New World Order, as it's called, the dark state, deep state, military industrial complex. And this economic shutdown, as it might be called, and this debt, which has been said to be $22 trillion. I say it's 199 trillion they've stolen from us, or 200 trillion they've stolen from us to do these underground, undercity projects and space projects, dark ops space projects that are going on and have been going on for a long, long, long time, which we will not probably find anything about these until 100 years from now, maybe. That's how long they can keep these national security things secret. But we have a great time. We have a great network. We have great people. We have some good guests. And I don't know why y'all aren't there on Facebook. You know, it's hard to get people from Facebook to come over. It may be the time zone. Uh, we're at like 4 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon here in the Northwest, and that may just not be a good time for people on Facebook. But I can't really set up the show just for people on Facebook because we are a worldwide network on SAM Broadcasting. We are in the cloud. We are on iHeart Radio and iTunes and TuneIn and so many other platforms around the world and so many time zones. I can't just set it up for Facebook, and that's somewhat of a problem. But we're going to be dealing with that. We're going to be trying some different times, I think, over the next few weeks to see if we can't bring in some more folks from Facebook. I don't know what time zone. Uh, well, I know what time zone we are. We're Pacific time zone, but I'm going to try to set up some maybe some experimental shows and do some 12 noon Saturdays and or some 2 o'clock Saturdays or I don't know. I don't know. I had good luck with Saturday a long time ago on another network, and the chat room was just full. And that's what I like to see. I like to see a full chat room. I like to see people commenting on the show, what's being said, and the commentary and the dialectic that's taking place. But this COVID-19 thing is insane. You know, people wearing all these masks, they're killing themselves wearing these masks. They're making the disease or the illness, if there is one. I say it's a hoax. I say it's a common cold, making it difficult to breathe. They're killing themselves slowly with these masks, and you just can't tell people anything whatsoever. They look at you like you're crazy, or they try to run you off or attack you. I've been attacked twice so far, mentioning the mask to people in different stores that we shop in. Um, but God, I'm so thankful to have Mary with me. I'd be dead if it wasn't for Marion Pound. I hope you all friend her, Marion Pound, and let her know how thankful you are for her, for taking care of another human being like she has me. She has brought me back to life from the dead. Uh, Weeks ago, I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to shoot myself. I wanted to just erase myself. I wanted to die. I was so sick. And she has brought me back from the dead along with my doctors and specialists and clinicians and others. And I'm so thankful to be back, to be able to have this energy that I have today and to be able to be here with you today. I love all of you very, very much. And if you only knew what all we do here in the Northwest with the police, fire and emergency medical disaster team, respite team, um, working with families and children, working with the homeless over 60 years old, working with the destitute, the down and out, the disempowered, those without a voice, working with our neighbors who need help moving into their apartments and getting started and doing those types of things. We did that today, actually. And we do a lot of wonderful things, and we're not proud of ourselves. We're not trying to boost our ego. It's just something we do, something we've always done, something we love to do. So I love all of you very much. And tonight we are going to talk about caregivers. So tune in if you can. And please share the Kiler Davenport pages. Please share the Alternative Public Radio International pages. Please share all of those things. It's so important to us. Kiler Davenport's doing pretty good, hitting almost topping 7,000 viewers over there. But we would like to see the other pages get hit. I'm going to start sharing those more, I guess, and start maintaining those. We need some help here at the station, too. If y'all could help, that would be wonderful. We need some admins for the pages to keep them maintained and um, keep them up, basically. Weed the garden add some posts to the pages that are relevant to the subject matter of the page, and to do some other things with the studio and come on board with us and be a newscaster and be a producer and read the news on the air. If you find anything interesting, come on air and feel free to read it, talk about it. I want to thank John Son again, Rusty Bryan. I want to thank Jim LaCrone, John LaCrone. I want to thank Sandra. I want to thank all of the others who have participated in the show. Billy White, I love Billy White's writing. Love what Billy White is doing over there where he lives, and I love his spirit all the way around. Billy and I are good friends, as I am with all of our cast members, as we can call them. So take care. May the force be with you all. And remember, whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, and enthusiastically act upon will come to pass. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye bye.